You told me that time doesn't really exist. But how do people get born, grow up, and die in life? We see a process happening. People are young today and old tomorrow. Doesn't that have to do with time?
Well, as you said, time is something we imagine because we see things changing. To make sense of it, we created days, months, years, hours, seconds, and so on. It all started with our early ancestors watching the sun move across the sky. It rises on one side, sets on the other, and disappears at night. From these natural cycles, we came up with ways to count time. For example, let's meet in 3 suns. Later, we made the Gregorian calendar and built everything we know about time from there.
By the way, it's super important. Without a calendar, how will we organize anything in life?
Exactly. All these natural cycles are super useful for humans. They're like maps, but a map isn't the actual land, just a guide, sure.
Can you show a real or imaginary example that helps us understand how time is just in our heads and not really in space?
Think about astronauts. When they're out in space, they completely lose track of time. Their internal body clock gets all messed up. Now, if time were something real, like space, it wouldn't make sense to lose track of it just because you're in a different place. But they do, because their view of natural cycles changes. Change the angle, change the experience, because time lives in our imagination, not in outer space. It's so much in your mind that your dog doesn't even feel time the way you do. Now imagine you're in a spaceship with a clock, watching apples of different colors spinning around your ship. You could use the clock and those apples to count how many times they spin, how long it takes, which ones are faster or slower. You've got objects, a clock, and your own awareness, plus circular motion. But now imagine you remove everything. No apples, no clock, just you floating in space, with no reference at all. Would you still have a sense of time?
I get it. Once you lose all your reference points, the sense of time disappears from your mind.
Exactly. When there's only empty space, you're kind of stuck in an eternal now. When we talk about the beginning of the universe, we put it into a timeline and say the universe is 13 billion years old. We do that for everything. I'm 70 years old, for example. But when you take this whole idea out of your head, what you get is just now. Everything is happening now. I know it's confusing, but the only thing that's real is now. Once you take the illusion away, you're left with the eternal now. Something many scientists and philosophers talk about.
Anyone who wants to really get this has to think carefully. So, tell me a bit about space and this idea of it being unchanging.
Sure, but let's save that for our next coffee break.